What's going on YouTube? It is South Guy here, and today I have for you a little bit of an update video. So as I said in my CollectCon video, I dropped off several cards for grading, but what I didn't mention is that I also did a submission to PSA through Gem Mint, which is I guess their third-party authorized retailer, and we finally got the box back today. So I'm just going to quickly go through this. If you like this content, please remember to like the video, subscribe, comment below what is your favorite card that we did. I'm going to leave it a little bit of a mystery. I've been as patient as I can be waiting to open this box. Super excited to see what's inside. This was my first submission with PSA, and we'll go ahead and grab the Lugia pen for hopefully some luck. And yeah, let's roll on through this. This way. Alright, so I'm gonna try and alright, so the big card there is on top, so we're actually gonna do it like this. Alright, so perfect. So we didn't see the grade on the big card, but we're gonna do our best to unwrap this, do a little bit of an unveil. Yeah, I am nervous about these cards, excited. I think a lot of them had a good shot at 10, if not all of them. Okay, weird fuzz there. So I can get that up. I don't think that's from me, so. Alright. So the first, so I'll put up what the card is in the editing phase, but let's just stack them upside down right there. I believe, yeah, the grade is on this side. So this is my Mewtwo GX Shiny here. I wanted to say this is 10. It's a little left heavy, but let's see what it is. Okay, yeah, so I Gem Mint 10 in that. Pretty happy about this. This is actually probably my favorite card from that set. Mewtwo's one of my favorites, and yeah, I'm excited to see that. Alright, I want to say I know what this next one is as well. Okay, so this is the Lugia. So as you can see, it's pretty left heavy, but I don't think there's anything else wrong with this card. I mean, is that a scratch or just something on the... No, okay. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like this should be a 10. Okay, that's a 9. That's actually pretty upsetting. I feel like this should be well within the 10 criteria. Might break this and send it in for a regrade. Alright. Next up. This is the Arceus. So I actually pulled one myself, which you guys should have seen already on one of the Buster Buy videos. This is not the one I pulled. The one I pulled I sent to Beckett. I thought that the one that I pulled had better centering. This one is a little left heavy on the centering, but overall I still think it would be within the 10 criteria, and yeah. So a 10 as well there. So that's pretty exciting. Oh man, that Lugia, if that's the only 9, I'm gonna be so disappointed. That was one of, I would much prefer have that Lugia in a 10 than the Mewtwo and the Arceus, unfortunately. Just from a value perspective, if I'm gonna have to buy the Lugia in a 10 now, it's a little rough. Okay, so the Glaceon. So this one should be coming up in a video sometime soon. I'm not gonna give away whether it was a buy or an opening. But this one is actually really well centered. When I pulled it, there was a slight ding on the left here, which is really pretty hard to see. But we sent it to our friend to be fixed over at TCG Wizardry on Instagram. And I'm gonna guess this got a 10. And yeah, 10 right there. So pretty stoked about that one. That one I think is like 350 right now, so pretty happy about that. Glaceon is probably a top 3 evolution for me. But yeah, that's a pretty good one. So this next one is, these are just increasing in value for the most part, apart from the Lugia. The Lugia is pretty high in value. So the big Ray here, this one, the only issue I have with this one is it's slightly off square on the back. Otherwise, I would have considered sending this in to Beckett, but I didn't want to get a 9.5. Yeah, I see the G, so yeah, it's a 10. So that is super cool. I am super excited about that. I actually have some PSA. I'm kind of surprised that they don't send sleeves with it. I would think that they would, you know, technically want to protect their product. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the sleeve on that guy. I will go ahead and do it on these next ones as well, because this next card is definitely worth a little bit of a wait, a little bit of a milk per se, a little bit of a marination. So yeah, just super nice looking cards there. I'm not too worried about the rest of the three. But yeah, this one, yeah, hopefully this one's a 10. So there you go. We have the Moonbreon Vmax here, really well centered. When I got this card, again, not gonna tell you whether it was a buy or an opening. You have to stick around on the channel. I will reveal how we got this card soon. When I got this card, the raw price was around $450 to $500, right? That sounds like a lot of money for a piece of cardboard, because it is. The raw price currently, non-graded for this card, is around $900 to $1,000. Okay. When I sent this to grading, the grade of a 10, well, let me backtrack. When I got this card, the grade of a 10 was worth around $900 to $1,000, right? So essentially double whatever the raw price was. When I sent this to grading, the value continued to skyrocket. I actually had to pay more on the Rayquaza because the values of all these cards have just been skyrocketing since I sent this in. So this card went from $900 to $1,000 to right around $1,400 to $1,500 when I've submitted. It almost actually caused me to bump up on the submission for this card alone. Currently, this card is sitting in the $1,600 to $1,800 range, which is actually crazy to me. So, but with that being said, this is by far, apart from the Lovebirds, my biggest card. It is a just beautiful card. I think this is going to be a 10, and let's see. Yeah. So that is super freaking good. Let's go, dude. All right, so we get the 10 and the Moonbreon Vmax. Like I said, just super stoked for this one. This one is by far the biggest card of the submission. Really gonna be one of the biggest cards of my collection, honestly. Yeah, super stoked about that. Trying not to have the glare of the iPhone on it. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a nice card. Love that. Let me get a sleeve for this immediately so we don't scratch the slab at all. Yeah, it is just super, super nice. That is so nice. Yeah, so like I said, I'm pretty stoked about that. Yeah, so all in all, really good sub. 5 of the 6 came back 10s. The biggest 3 being those 3 right there, which are all from actually my favorite set of pretty much all time. Kind of replaced base set, which is Evolving Skies. That 151 got me back into the hobby. Evolving Skies is what made me actually want to stay. Again, more videos to come on Evolving Skies. I know I've talked about this several times. The pulling for the moon, which would be the culmination of how we get this card right here, is still ongoing, but I have most of it recorded. It'll be uploaded pretty soon. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm actually going to cut over now to the Beckett grading, and we can see what we got there. Yeah, so right here in front of us, we have the Beckett graded slabs here. I do already know the grades for these, but these will be a reveal for you guys. And the reason I do know these already is because I actually recorded the majority of this video along several weeks ago at this point. But I got the notification that my grades were ready, and so basically I figured this would be a better reveal than me just showing through screen sharing what the grades are that we got. So we'll start with the first one in the back. So this one is the Arceus V-Star, and I thought that this one was pretty solid from a centering perspective, which you can see here. Apparently Beckett disagreed with, and we got a 9 on this one, which was kind of upsetting to me. I thought that this would be at least a 9.5 or 10 for sure. So I'm probably gonna crack this and send this to PSA. Frankly, I just think a 9 is too low for this card because I thought it was pretty much near perfect. But yeah, so maybe it's a little bottom heavy, but an 8.5 on center I thought was pretty harsh. And so next up we have the Lugia. I'll do a better job of trying to cover everything up here. This Lugia, our friend at TCG Wizardry, was able to do some work on. I was expecting a 6 or 7 when I originally got it, but hoping for an 8 or 9 on this one. So we do get double 8.5s there and double 8s there. So unfortunately we ended up with an 8 here. I was kind of hoping for a little bit higher, but I mean, this card is so nice regardless. I'm still just happy to have this card. This was one of my childhood cards, memories for sure. So I had to get my hands on this card, and we're still up. I'll put the numbers on the screen now, what we paid versus what an 8 is currently worth. And then last card here would be the Entei. I'll go and take this one out. This one actually was the highest grade. You can see this beautiful card, that awesome swirl. We were kind of thinking this maybe an 8.5 or 9. So we get the 9 on centering and the 9.5 on edges, and an 8.5 on corners, unfortunately, but a 9 on surface, so it rounds out to a nice 9. So I wouldn't put the pop report up on this one. There's actually not that many higher that are the non-first edition for this card. So this one we actually got off of eBay, and yeah, it was marketed as near mint. It looked really good, ended up winning the auction. And I'll put all of the what costs were for this, but we're also up on this one as well. And yeah, Entei and Suicune are my 2 of the 3 favorite dogs. I'm sorry, Raikou. But yeah, pretty stoked to get all these 3 cards back. I'm for sure gonna keep the Lugia and Entei as all they are. The Arceus, I am gonna plan to crack and send on my next PSA submission. But yeah, that's it for the Beckett grades. And then yeah, so back to this right here, which I just realized I didn't have my mic over on the other scene, but yeah, quick recap here. Moonbreon Vmax in a 10. We're just going reverse order. The Rayquaza Vmax here in a 10 as well. The Glaceon Vmax in a 10. These were the 3 that I was really hoping came back in 10s. And then the Lugia, because Lugia is my favorite Pokemon. So a little unfortunate that the lucky Lugia pin there didn't get us the 10 on the Lugia, but a 9 for the Lugia, a 10 on the Arceus V-Star, and then a 10 on the Mewtwo GX Shiny. All in all, a really good submission. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I'm probably going to hold on to these. They have some value to me. Again, I'm not going to spoil whether or not we pull them or we bought them. I will leave that for a video upcoming in the future. So if you do want to see that, make sure you are subscribed. Again, comment down below what you think your favorite card we got here is, and it'll give you another unique drawing into our 100 sub giveaway, where we will be doing a booster bundle or whatever is the current set. There's just news on, gosh, I want to say it's called Twilight Fable, but that sounds completely wrong to me now that I say it. That's coming out after the, oh goodness, the current mask set. I forget the mask set. I feel horrible saying that. But yeah, regardless, comment below what your favorite card is, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Like the video if you enjoy this content, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks guys, peace.